How's it going, guys? Cody, guys, back again, dropping yet another video. Right, guys, someone commented this morning and said, will you do a video as a former drug dealer talking about cannabis? Right, now, I don't smoke weed. I know people that have sold it, and yes, I used to be involved with the drug trade, but not weed. Many years ago, about 10 years ago, I used to be involved with the heroin and crack cocaine side of things, yeah, brown and white. I say that to my shame, I say that to my detriment and stuff. Drugs kill people, and it fuels crime and stuff. Obviously, I see things clearly now. Back then, it was all about the money and everything, right? So when it comes to the cannabis side of things, yeah. Now, obviously, back in the day, everyone used to smoke solid, and then everyone moved on to skunk and stuff, and blues and cheese and haze, all that stuff, yeah. Now, the reason why, obviously, I've seen in the media, guys, right, top police officers, right, in this country, right, stating, look, let's decriminalize cannabis, right? Now, police officers and fucking, like, the police are just saying, look, we're not actively looking for people that are selling it, growing it, we don't give a shit, right? Now, that's obviously because they're massively understaffed, and the fact is, cannabis it has health benefits, doesn't it? Right, now, I make reference to a story that was on this morning, I think it was last week or something, yeah, and this lady had ovarian cancer. She was having, I think it was radiotherapy or chemotherapy, right? While she was doing the chemo and the radiotherapy, I think she was on chemo, right? Now, she got all the cannabis oil, right? Now, there's two types of cannabis oil, guys. Here in the UK, it's the legal stuff doesn't have THC in, right? But this lady had the THC oil, and she was taking this alongside the chemotherapy, right? Now, this cancer, guys, right, was terminal, right? Just terminal. This cannabis oil that this lady took alongside her chemo, right, got rid of her cancer, ate her cancer up. THC, I think, it attacks the cancer and it actually eats the cancer, right? Now, the government, right, all these highly educated MPs in the government, guys, right, if they had a brain cell between them, if I was in their shoes, I'd be like, hold on. So we decriminalize cannabis, we let this THC oil be sold here in the UK because it's been sold on the black market anyway. Tax it. The millions of, it could generate a lot of revenue for the government. Now, I don't give two fucks about the government. People should, but if they decriminalise it, they're gonna want they're gonna want a cut of the fucking share, aren't they? They're gonna want a cut of the pie. Right? Now, the thing is with the cannabis side of things, right? Like I say, it can save your life, guys, right? It eats cancer. I've seen people on MS, shaking and stuff like that, which is like tremors and things like that. And I've seen cannabis oil be put under the tongue, and then the shakes have gone. And this is the thing, it's medicinal, right? Yes, it causes, like, you see on TV and stuff, like long sustained periods of use of smoking cannabis and stuff, right? That creates paranoia and you get the munchies and it's addictive. But alcohol's addictive and alcohol's not illegal, right? And alcohol has no health benefits, but cannabis does, right? Now, like I say, I've seen people smoking it for glaucoma. The cannabis oil is obviously, I think you put it under your tongue and like a drop or two under your tongue, and it just goes to work. It absorbs into you, gets into your system and stuff. And like I say, the fact it's actively eating cancer and stuff, all these cancer charities, right, that are getting fucking millions of pounds a year, right, that they've tried to wash this under the fucking, like, brush it under the carpet, right, because they don't want this cannabis oil to be well known about the medicinal side of things, and it eats cancer and it kills cancer and people are being put into remission, and 1 minute they're given a death sentence because they've got cancer, and the next minute they've had no chemotherapy, no radiotherapy, they've taken the cannabis oil and the cannabis oil's done it on themselves, right? And then you've got the lady that was on this morning that took the cannabis oil alongside the radiotherapy or her chemotherapy. She's now in remission, guys, right? She was given a death sentence, guys. She's probably planning her own funeral, right? And this, she took cannabis oil. Like I say, in the UK, the one without the THC is legal, and which is sold in Holland and Barrett and stuff like that. That's legal, no THC. The THC stuff is illegal. Now, like I say, these cancer charities, guys, they're getting millions of pounds a year that are they're having it off, right? Now, cancer's an horrific disease, yeah? It's never touched me or my family or anything like that, but I know people that have had cancer. Somebody recently, a lady that's recently had cancer, that's now in remission, thank God. She rang the bell. For those that don't know, when you finish your last radiotherapy session, you ring the bell. That was down at... I can't think of the hospital's name, down in Salford, world-renowned stuff. But all these cancer charities, guys, right, are not going to like all this THC stuff and the cannabis side of things, because they're like, oh shit, because all the money isn't going to go to them. People are not going to donate money to charity organisations like Mary Curie, things like that, cancer research anymore. They're going to think, well, hold on, cannabis oil is cheap, it's natural stuff, right? Bam. And that's where it's going to go. So, but like I say, the fact is that this THCs and this cannabis oil and smoking it helps with glaucoma, and the cannabis oil helps with multiple sclerosis. The fact is, guys, right, it should be decriminalized, right? It should be taxed, right? The only reason I'm saying it should be taxed is simply because, the government are going to want to if they decriminalize it, it's going to come at a cost, and the cost will be they'll tax it, and all the revenue will go to them fucking greedy bastards who will then misspend it, and then they'll give them all selves pay rises, while us at the bottom of the chain have to fucking pay for it, won't it? It just goes on that way. They get into debt, but it's somehow our fault, and we have to fucking... It's us that have got to fucking pay for it in the end, isn't it? But yeah, like I say, the THC and the cannabis oil, guys, I've seen rave reviews about it. Like I say, I don't smoke it myself. If someone said to me, so if you was diagnosed with cancer tomorrow, right, would you get hold of the illegal THC cannabis oil, right? Would you take it? Yes, I would, absolutely. I don't smoke weed. I don't even like the smell of it, right? But I would take it, guys. Why would I take it? Because the fact is, there's a high probability and a very high chance it's going to eradicate my fucking cancer. And the thing is, guys, right, too many people, I've seen bodies ravaged with cancer where it's spread and stuff. They take the cannabis oil and it's gone. And like I say, it doesn't take a genius to fucking... all these millions of pounds that's been spent to all these cancer charities that people are donating, right? And they do great things, these charities and stuff, these organisations that are trying to come up with cures and stuff, right? But the cure's right there in front of them. The cannabis oil, right? And like I say, it just eats away at the cancer, guys, right? And it's a natural thing. And for me personally, guys, right, it should be decriminalised. The police have already, top coppers in the country saying it should be sold in off licences. Right, like I say, I don't know if smoking it is better than the oil. The oil seems to be the one that everyone's talking about when it comes to killing the cancer cells, right? And like I say, if something's saving, if you're sending millions of pounds for all these cancer organisations, right, these cancer charities, right, and we're no nearer to a cure, even though they're doing great things and stuff, right? And then you've got a natural thing that's there, right, that's being sold. Doesn't take a genius, does it, guys? But like I say, all these charities are going to be up in arms that this cannabis oil is now out in the public domain. People talking about it. I saw an interview, right, with a serving police officer that's kid had some health problem, right, and I think the kid got cancer or something, and she got this. She knew it was illegal. She went to a dealer, got the cannabis oil, and actually administer it, and still does administer it to her son. This is a serving police officer, guys, right? Something that's going to help you and benefit you health-wise and fight cancer and fight MS and help with glaucoma and stuff like that, and many other diseases and stuff, right? But they're the ones that I'm aware of. Should be decriminalised, absolutely. But these people in the government, guys, haven't got a fucking clue what day of the week it is. All these brain cells and stuff, right? But they can't. Oh, well, hold on. it serves cancer. But then if one of them gets cancer, or if that fucking scumbag Theresa May gets cancer, she'll decriminalise it overnight. This is the sad fucking state of affairs, guys, right? But like I say, they're out of touch with us. They live in bubbles, millionaire fucking lifestyles and shit. They're not from the streets, are they? But like I say, anything that's going to save people's life. You've got young kids being ravaged by cancer. You've got old people being ravaged by cancer, right? And you've got a natural thing that's there that people should take. Now, there's people that are law-abiding citizens that would say, oh, well, it's illegal, so I'm not going to do it. That's your prerogative, right? If you don't want to take the cannabis oil, if you don't want to get hold of it, right, and it's becoming more readily available and stuff, like I say, you've got to be careful. You've got the legal stuff, which doesn't have the THC, and then you've got the THC, which is the illegal stuff here in the UK right now. Then that's your prerogative. If you want to let cancer ravage your body, then that's your choice. But a sensible person would look and think, yes, it's illegal, because I'm talking to law-abiding people here. Yes, it's illegal, but you've got a very high chance that this could save your life, right? So that you've not got a death sentence hanging over your head, and that you can go about your business. You don't have to plan your funeral. You don't have to think about the worst case scenario, right? And you could live a long and prosperous life and stuff, and more power to it, man. And anyone that's selling this drug and stuff, right, that's earning money off this, well done. You're saving people's lives, man. For fucking decades, people have been throwing money at cancer charities and stuff like that, right? And there's no cure. We're not even close. But then cannabis oil, natural stuff. And like I say, it's eating the cancer cells, it attacks them, it's killing them. And people that are ravaged with cancer, right, where it's spread, are actually being given the all clear and being put into remission. And it's a very powerful thing and stuff. And the more people that are talking about it, and the more people that are supporting it and stuff, the more chances we've got of getting decriminalised. But whether it gets decriminalised or not, people are still going to sell it, and people are still going to buy it. Why? Because it's saving fucking people's lives, guys. I'm not going to say much more on the subject, guys. I'm not like an expert on weed or anything. You know what I'm saying? Don't smoke it. Know people that have sold it and stuff in the past. Like I said, I'm just going off things I've watched on TV, things I've read and stuff like that. But like I say, if it was legalised and it was taxable, the government could earn a fucking hell of a lot of money. Because obviously if they decriminalise it, the first thing they're going to do, they're going to want to put a fucking tax on it and stuff, aren't they? But like I say, you've got police officers buying it for their kids because their kids have got cancer. You've got young and old alike buying cannabis oil, guys. Not because they're raving. They're not smackheads. They're not druggies. They've got some of them just smoke it because they want. Some people just buy skunk and smoke it. Some people go for this cannabis oil because the cannabis oil, I think but smoking it probably helps, like beats the cancer as well. But you're smoking it, so smoking can cause cancer, can't it? So obviously mixed with tobacco and stuff. But cannabis oil is natural, bam, under the tongue. Like I say, it's killing cancer, which is a great thing, guys. And like I say, if I got it myself or someone that I was close to, family member or someone that got cancer, I would be straight getting hold of some cannabis oil and I'd be straight onto them. Simple as that, guys. And like I say, people smoke it for glaucoma. The cannabis oil is used for MS and stuff like that. It's all good, man. Right, guys, I'm going to leave it here. But yes, cannabis should be decriminalised completely. But like I said, if it is, the government are going to tax it. Simple. But like I say, it's the future, guys. It really is and stuff. And if you ever get cancer and you're watching this video, get hold of cannabis oil. The THC stuff. It's sold in Holland and Barrett, the food supplement shop. But again, that's the legal strain. You want the illegal strain. Not because it's illegal, but simply because it's got the THC in, and the THC attacks the cancer and actually eats it, which is a great thing. Right, guys, going to leave this video here, guys. Like, comment, subscribe. Follow me on Twitter and all that good stuff. And I'll speak to you all soon. Bye.